turn the power on. Oh! What's up, guys? It's CrashPower. In addition to tell you what happened to Noah, I'm going to give you my review of the new Call of Duty World War II Nazi Zombie map. And if you haven't purchased the game yet, I hope this information helps you make up your mind whether or not you want to buy it. And I'll tell you right off the bat, I recommend Nazi Zombies in Call of Duty World War II. It's a lot better than the Exo Zombies that Sledgehammer came out with the first time. The map is great. It's dense and connected through neat underground tunnels. Sledgehammer's Nazi Zombies pulls back the zaniness of Infinite Warfare's Zombies in Spaceland theme park in favor of a much creepier setting. This game feels like a Treyarch map. I love the way the weapons shoot. Now, there's a controversy of whether or not the Easter egg is too easy. I'll get into that in just a moment, but the zombies spawn from everywhere. And every once in a while, they will pop out above you, under you, and left, right, and just scare the shit out of you. The Thompson, the LMGs, the guns feel good. To give you some cons about the game, stabbing is weird. Kind of slow and clunky when you stab with a shovel. Mustang and Sally, the sound is kind of disappointing. You can't pause the game in solo, that's aggravating, and it's slightly easier to juke the zombies than Treyarch. After all, this is Sledgehammer's first attempt at this kind of zombie game. Nazi zombies, not exo zombies. So it's really not bad. But now let's talk about NoahJ456. I need to give you some background information. There's been a lot of controversy about some fans getting the game early. People have been upset because these game copies are stolen. As soon as the disc is pressed, someone steals it and then they buy it on the black market. Then they start leaking information early on Reddit before even the privileged YouTubers get the information. And many YouTubers covered the story and what all was going on without giving information. But then a day or two before launch, we started seeing this.
There's the disc. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. I have Call of Duty World War II early.
Tomorrow, things are going to start to kick off with regards to World War II Zombies. And throughout the day, there's going to be a ton of uploads, including cutscenes, including Easter egg tutorials, including how to get Pack-a-Punch power, how to get the Wonder Weapon, how to get specific Wonder Weapon upgrades, and a ton of other things. It will be all coming up on the channel throughout the day.
So in just about 12 hours from now, I'm going to be streaming World War II Zombies. I'm going to be bringing an Easter egg guide, a lot of tutorials on Pack-a-Punch, some tips and tricks, stuff like that. Videos going up throughout the day with also throughout the day, there being an Easter egg hunt stream.
Oh my gosh, guys, I am so sorry right now. Oh, I've got it, boys. I can finally tell you that I have Call of Duty World War II early.
Avery here, and we're going to be going over the first Call of Duty World War II Zombies video on my channel. Before I want to get into that, I just want to thank Activision for sending me a copy early.
I'm going to have some Call of Duty World War II early content.
Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is Greg FPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire.
Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper. I know there's a lot of smaller YouTubers out there that I can totally empathize with. Like, yeah, you know, you feel like, oh, gee, you know, there's all these bigger YouTubers. They're going to get the game early. They're going to get the content, and I'm not going to be able to grow off that. It's kind of bullshit. Because, again, I have never had any DLC, any Call of Duty game early in my life. I will actually be starting the whole live stream grind of World War II Zombies again. That's 9 Eastern in the morning on Thursday.
Pat, or the Smith Plays, is actually right. Believe it or not, it doesn't matter whether they get the game early or they publish it the day after the game's released, because the way that YouTube works now, as far as the algorithm is concerned with the search results, they're going to outrank you even if you put it first. It's going to be more discoverable, and that's just the way YouTube is. And as far as a publisher giving YouTube content creators the game early, almost all video games do that on a regular basis. That's nothing new, and that's fair. It helps them promote their new video game. You see them play it, you want to buy it. Unfortunately, some of my subscribers are now getting the copy before me, and it's just about developing a brand that Activision wants to associate their brand with. You know, I don't care. You should just know that when you watch my content, you're getting an honest opinion that's not skewed by some kind of contract that restricts what I can say about the product. There were a lot of leaks before the game's released. Then people thought that the casual Easter egg was the main quest, and they got really disgruntled. The main hardcore Easter egg was solved fairly easy, live, in front of tens of thousands of viewers before the game was even released. People got even more disgruntled. people saying is unfair. The puzzles and challenges and the quests we go through to solve them, one of the best part of zombies. And when all these YouTubers that got everything early started publishing tutorials a day before we in America got the game, kind of burst the bubble. If you think that the Easter egg is so easy to solve, then you think the game's not any good. Ironically, this time the YouTubers bit themselves in the ass when they did this, because viewership for tutorials and zombie content was much lower than expected. Despite the fact that this game made $500 million, they spoiled the surprise. It's been a few years since Activision has openly bragged about the performance of a Call of Duty game using specific sales numbers, but they actually confirmed what we suspected for a little while. Call of Duty World War II is a monster hit. Activision revealed in Call of Duty World War II sold $50 million worth of copies in its first 3 days of release. That total doubles the sales of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare over the same period last year. Activision CEO Eric Hirschberg tried to pump up the hype even further by comparing the figure to a pair of recent blockbuster films as well. But these content creators publishing zombie tutorials early are doing more than just promoting the product. They're getting a head start and an unfair advantage as far as putting out tutorials, even if they don't have the watch time to dominate SEO, but that's business. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Now, NoahJ456 had a live stream with other YouTube content creators, and they solved the hardcore Easter egg early at 11 p.m. Eastern before the game was even released in the US. That was especially discouraging for all the Easter egg hunters that wanted a fair chance at solving that Easter egg, to the point that a lot of people didn't really play the game at first. I've played it 3 times and I enjoy it, but there was no urgency in the matter because they just saturated the market. Samantha. Now, instead of saying first in the world and bragging about being the first in the world to solve this Easter egg, this is what Noah J had to say about what happened.
I'm not exactly like happy with the way that like at the end of the day, this always happens. Multiple maps have had their Easter egg solved before launch just because people get early copies. At the end of the day, I'm a YouTuber. I'm gonna go ahead and get an early copy. Like it's not an option for me to just wait because this is what I do. If I had my way, I wish they would have kept the servers locked until like maybe a few hours before, but not enough for us to actually beat it. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's really not a big deal. I mean, no one ever remembers who finishes the maps first anyway. I'm literally saying the opposite. I didn't even put in my tweet that like we're the best for completing this Easter egg early. I didn't even put first in the world in my tweet because I mean, like I got the game early, so it wasn't exactly a fair race. I mean, it's different with capture events because in capture events we get like 2 hours to learn the map, and that's like we never find even a single step because we're worrying about getting thumbnails, capturing stuff like that. We don't even look for the Easter egg half the time. But for this, like obviously I have like 15 hours on the game already, and at the end of the day, I'm not gonna not play. But if I had my way, I wouldn't really want it to go down like that. So I'm not trying to gloat about this. I'm super happy we did it. I'm super happy we got it. But at the end of the day, like we're not anything special for doing this because we got the game early. At the end of the day, anyone can get the game early, but it is hard to do. So I just want to make that clear that that I'm not trying to gloat or anything like that or say I'm first in the world or anything. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed it for those who did. Yeah, and then the ending got glitched, and then there's a new update available.
That was a 2-minute, 13-second clip from Noah J's 5-hour, 3-minute live stream. He has multiple live streams and tutorials. There's a link in the description below. Be sure to click that link if you're interested in NoahJ456's live stream completing the hardcore Easter egg or any of his other tutorials. I actually respect Noah for the way he handled the situation, and I blame Sledgehammer for making the game accessible so early before release. By the way, this Easter egg was first solved on October 31st. Yeah, But they sold 500 million copies worth, so who cares, right? And to be honest, if I had the game early, I'd stream it early and put out tutorials early as I could. That's just business. The problem with the live stream solving the hardcore Easter egg before the game was released is they solved the Easter egg live in front of thousands of people before millions of paying customers could actually have a chance to compete. People do care, and people will spend days staying up for 48, 72 hours trying to solve this on their own. But a lot of their friends will watch tutorials and see the secrets, and one of the most essential parts of a zombie product is discovering and figuring out all those little puzzles and challenges. People did not like Infinite Warfare zombies, and everyone was like, Sledgehammer Zombies is going to save the zombie community, it's going to bring back the hype, and we get all excited for it. It's very discouraging. By having the secrets revealed, either through leaks or YouTubers who actually received the game from Activision a few days before the game's release. And as a paying customer, that means if you're competing with your friends to see who can solve the Easter egg first, they can cheat now and get it off YouTube from these people that suck Activision's cock. To clarify, people like NoahJ456 and Mr. Dalek JD and even Smith Plays have a few million subscribers, and it's financially feasible to fly them out to the developer's studio in California and pay for the lodging while they're there and give them a few hours of early access so they can promote their product to Activision's target audience. But some of these people only had 40,000 subscribers. To give you an example of how powerful this can be, JC Backfire was the first to solve the Gorod Crovey Easter egg. Yes, someone did care about who solved it first. And as a result, Zombie Project Director Jason Blundell came out to his dorm and gave him an early release interview and announced Zombie Chronicles. That is a great honor to strive for. Then the YouTuber gained 100,000 subscribers in 24 hours. And JC Backfire has been publishing content on YouTube for years and definitely deserves it. But if the developer didn't do much to protect the secrets of their product before it's released, and the publisher actually gave the stuff out a few days before its release, they would have solved it early again, and that would never have happened. And this is why a lot of people, especially Easter egg hunters, are pissed off. The way they released Sledgehammer's Call of Duty World War II really sucked, and disappointed a lot of people that actually wanted to hunt and try to find these Easter eggs. I started my channel to provide premium quality zombie tutorials because the existing ones were either not easy to understand, inaccurate, or didn't answer all your questions in one video. Actually, that's bullshit. That's a value proposition. I started my channel to meet David von der Haar. I really did. I've accomplished every other goal that I wanted to achieve with my channel, but I wanted to get their attention. And I thought when I grew big enough, I'd actually have a chance to be invited out to California to meet the developers. But now I find out it's not how big you are. It's basically who they want to have there and represent their brand. I've probably played the Origin zombie map of Black Ops 2 more than any other human being on the face of the planet. Not that I'm good at it, but that's what my passion was. And fortunately, it was one of the most popular maps Treyarch has ever made. To give you an idea about how obsessed I am, that intro you saw at the beginning of this video was a PhD flopper montage I made to get Treyarch's attention. And I actually did. I got one of the developers to leave a comment and another one retweeted me. Can you imagine how awesome it would be to actually meet the people that make the zombie game that you love most? And something unexpected happened. I had the privilege to help over 24 million fellow gamers in the zombie community with the best zombie map Treyarch has ever made. It's something I'm very proud of, and I don't care if my channel fails. I will always look back with pride and thank you all so much for giving me that privilege. Now to sum it up, this video is not clickbait. The next day after NoahJ456 solved the Easter egg, he tweeted out, "I just woke up to a death threat in an email." Not the best way to start the morning. No one should ever threaten to kill someone. That's just not right, and if I was him, I would actually report it to the FBI and have them investigate. But I really don't give a shit. I'd like to kick his ass too. If this is your first time here, I would love for you to subscribe. I'm going to have some open lobbies with you all in Call of Duty World War II headquarters so we can get some social score and have fun, and we're just going to stay in headquarters all day. So subscribe so you get notified when I do that. Thank you so much for watching.